Toss-up 1. Earth and space, multiple choice. Which of the following statements is not true regarding the planet Mercury? W. Mercury is more massive than Ganymede. X. Mercury has a magnetic field generated by a liquid iron core. Y. Mercury is synchronously tidally locked with the Sun. Z. Craters on Mercury's north pole are known to contain water ice. Answer. Y. Mercury is synchronously tidally locked with the Sun. Bonus 1. Earth and space, short answer. Identify all of the following three quantities that have increased globally due to human activities. 1. Flux of sediment into the oceans from streams. 2. Area of rainforest in the tropics. 3. Total volume of groundwater in aquifers. Answer 1. Toss-up 2. Biology, short answer. Cytochrome proteins contain prosthetic groups that possess what metal center? Answer. Iron. Bonus 2. Biology, multiple choice. Which of the following correctly describes the difference between peptoids, or polyunsubstituted glycines, and proteins? W. Peptoids have less constrained secondary structure than proteins. X. Peptoids cannot possess tertiary structure, while proteins can. Y. Peptoids form more stable alpha helices than proteins. Z. Peptoids form more stable beta sheets than proteins. Answer. W. Peptoids have less constrained secondary structure than proteins. Toss-up 3. Physics, multiple choice. Taking the acceleration due to gravity to be 10 meters per second squared, how much power, in watts, is required to lift a 2 kilogram mass at a constant speed of 2 meters per second? W. 2. X. 4. Y. 40. Z. 80. Answer. Y. 40. Bonus 3. Physics, short answer. Consider the following dispersion relation: omega equals 2k squared minus 9k plus 6. At what two wave numbers, k, are the group and phase velocity equal? Answer. Square root of 3 and negative square root of 3. Toss-up 4. Energy, multiple choice. Which of the following would not be considered a balance of system component for a standalone wind power system? W. Battery. X. Circuit breaker. Y. Inverter. Z. Turbine. Answer. Z. Turbine. Bonus 4. Energy, short answer. What compound, traditionally added as an anti-knocking additive to gasoline, was banned in the United States in 1996 due to health and environmental concerns? Answer: tetramethyl lead. Toss-up 5. Chemistry, multiple choice. Which of the following ions is most similar in ionic radius to the cation Na+? W, K+, X, Rb+, Y, Mg2+, Z, Ca2+. Answer: Z, Ca2+. Bonus 5. Chemistry, short answer. Identify all of the following 3 organic acids that would be more acidic in water than in acetic acid. 1. Chloroacetic acid. 2. Formic acid. 3. Propanoic acid. Answer: 1 and 2. Toss-up 6. Math, multiple choice. Which of the following describes the solutions for the equation x to the x power equals x to the x plus 1 power? W, -1 and 1. X, 0. Y, 1. Z, no solution exists. Answer: Y, 1. Bonus 6. Math, short answer. What is the sum of the first 6 terms in the geometric sequence with first term 3 and second term 12? Answer: 4095. Toss-up 7. Physics, multiple choice. A disk originally at rest moves through 6 radians as it undergoes a constant angular acceleration about its central axis. If the time taken to accelerate is 2 seconds, what is the magnitude of the acceleration in radians per square second? W, 3. X, 6. Y, 9. Z, 12. Answer: W, 3. Bonus 7. Physics, multiple choice. Which of the following types of magnetometers needs to be cooled to very low temperatures due to reliance on the Josephson effect? W. Overhauser. X. Surf. Y. Squid. Z. Fluxgate. Answer: Y. Squid. Toss-up 8. Chemistry, short answer. The rate of a reaction between reagent A and reagent B is first order in B. By what factor is the rate of reaction multiplied if the concentration of reagent B is doubled? Answer: 2. Bonus 8. Chemistry, short answer. What process, whose first oxidative step is catalyzed in the atmosphere by dust grains and industrially by vanadium pentoxide, generates oleum, which is reacted with water to make sulfuric acid? Answer: contact process. Toss-up, 9. Biology, multiple choice. Which of the following lengths of DNA would be least likely to be unwound by a passive helicase? W. AT. X. AAATTT. Y. TTTGGG. Z. GCGCGC. Answer. Z. GCGCGC. Bonus, 9. Biology, short answer. Bacteria use what cellular structure for motility? Answer. Flagellum. Toss-up, 10. Earth and space, short answer. Identify all of the following three phenomena that are formed by aeolian processes. 1. Yardones, 2. Ventifacts, 3. Dunes. Answer. All of them. Bonus, 10. Earth and space, short answer. Identify all of the following three events that occurred during the recombination epoch of the Big Bang. 1. Formation of neutral hydrogen. 2. Neutrino decoupling. 3. Star formation. Answer, 1 only. Toss-up, 11. Energy, multiple choice. Lithium cobalt oxide is most commonly used for what component of a lithium-ion battery? W. Electrolyte. X. Cathode. Y. Enclosure. Z. Anode. Answer. X. Cathode. Bonus, 11. Energy, multiple choice. What country used 100% renewable energy for 75 consecutive days in 2015? W. Lesotho. X. Costa Rica. Y. Norway. Z. Sweden. Answer. X. Costa Rica. Toss-up, 12. Math, short answer. The point 3, -7 is reflected through the y-axis, with the result then translated 2 units left. What are the coordinates of the final image? Answer, -5, -7. Bonus, 12. Math, short answer. What is the distance between the 2 points with polar coordinates of r equals 4 and theta equals 60 degrees, and r equals 6 and theta equals 0 degrees? Answer, 2 square root of 7. Toss-up, 13. Biology, short answer. Identify all of the following three conditions that negatively impact short-term memory. 1. Post-traumatic stress disorder. 2. Aphasia. 3. Alzheimer's. Answer 1, 2, 3. Bonus 13. Biology, short answer. What organelle is defective in inclusion cell disease, also known as eye cell disease? Answer. Lysosome. Toss-up 14. Math, short answer. What is the average of the integers from 1 to 21, inclusive? Answer 11. Bonus 14. Math, short answer. If air leaves a spherical balloon at a rate of 1 cubic centimeter per second, at what rate in centimeters per second is the radius changing when the radius is 1/2 centimeter? Answer, -1/pi. Toss-up 15. Chemistry, short answer. What scientist, whose graduate students Geiger and Marsden performed an experiment that involved shooting alpha particles at a metallic foil, was the first to propose that an atom consisted of a dense positively charged nucleus with mobile electrons surrounding the nucleus? Answer. Ernest Rutherford. Bonus 15. Chemistry, short answer. Identify all of the following 3 statements that are true concerning crystal field theory. 1. Carbon monoxide is a strong field ligand. 2. Tetrahedral splitting is larger than octahedral splitting. 3. Square planar compounds can be chiral. Answer 1. Toss-up 16. Energy, multiple choice. What biological carbon sequestration method uses iron and requires a better understanding of iron cycling in marine systems to determine its long-term impacts? W. Iron georeduction. X. Iron sequestration. Y. Iron filtering. Z. Iron fertilization. Answer. Z. Iron fertilization. Bonus 16. Energy, short answer. Recent work at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory has linked what metal to the health of the brain, showing that improper oxidation is not only linked to Alzheimer's disease, but also that it modulates spontaneous activity in developing circuits? Answer. Copper. Toss-up 17. Physics, multiple choice. The current in a cathode ray tube is 10 nanoamps. Which of the following is closest to the number of electrons striking the face of the glass tube each second? W. 3.6 times 10 to the 10th power. X. 6.3 times 10 to the 10th power. Y. 3.6 times 10 to the 11th power. Z. 6.3 times 10 to the 11th power. Answer. X. 6.3 times 10 to the 10th power. Bonus 17. Physics, short answer. List 2 of the experiments performed at the Large Hadron Collider at CERN in Europe. Answer. Any two of the following: Atlas, CMS, LHCb, Alice, Totem, LHCF, MOEDUL. Toss-up 18. Earth and space, short answer. What allotrope of carbon is known for its strong bonds within the plane, but weak bonds between planes? Answer. Graphite. Bonus 18. Earth and space, multiple choice. Which of the following regions of an active galactic nucleus is the most distant from the supermassive black hole? W. Accretion disk. X. Broad line region. Y. Narrow line region. Z. Obscuring torus. Answer. Y. Narrow line region. Toss-up 19. Chemistry, short answer. Rank the following 3 solid structures from the one with the lowest coordination number to the one with the highest. 1. Body-centered cubic. 2. Hexagonal closest packed. 3. Simple cubic. Answer. 3, 1, 2. Bonus 19. Chemistry, short answer. What rule, which can be explained by the preferential stability of highly substituted carbocations, predicts that the major product in an elimination reaction with an unhindered base is the most substituted alkene? Answer. Zaitsev's rule. Toss-up 20. Math, short answer. Simplify I raised to the 22nd power. Answer, -1. Bonus 20. Math, short answer. In a circle with radius 4, what is the area of a circular segment defined by an arc of 45 degrees? Answer. 2 pi minus 4 square root of 2. Toss-up 21. Earth and space, short answer. Refracting telescopes have a severe limitation in that each wavelength of light is refracted differently, making it impossible to focus on more than one wavelength of light at a time. What is this type of optical aberration called? Answer. Chromatic aberration. Bonus 21. Earth and space, multiple choice. A red breccia contains a high percentage of large angular feldspar grains. In what type of depositional environment would you expect it to have formed? W. Beach. X. Alluvial fan. Y. Deep ocean trench. Z. River delta. Answer. X. Alluvial fan. Toss-up, 22. Biology, multiple choice. Which of the following nucleobases is not a pyrimidine? W. Guanine. X. Cytosine. Y. Thymine. Z. Uracil. Answer. W. Guanine. Bonus, 22. Biology, multiple choice. Which of the following immune cells is most involved in defense against parasites? W. Neutrophils. X. Eosinophils. Y. Basophils. Z. Mast cells. Answer. X. Eosinophils. Toss-up, 23. Physics, short answer. How much energy, in joules, is in a single kilowatt-hour? Answer, 3.6 million. Bonus, 23. Physics, short answer. Studies of neutral kaon oscillations resulted in the discovery of what symmetry violation in particle physics? Answer. CP violation.